Jnanakosha, Puranas, Introduction.
Sargascha pratisargascha vamsho manvantarani cha vamshanucharitanchaiva Puranam Panchalakshanam.
Padma Purana, Bhumi Khanda. This chapter contains 6 sections, different types of sin and virtue. Once Yayati requested Matali to describe the various sinful and virtuous deeds which a man normally commits in his life. Matali replied, "One who criticizes the Vedas and follows the religion of others after abandoning his own or torments virtuous people is a grave sinner. Similarly, not respecting one's parents, not giving dakshina to a Brahmin after the completion of a Shraddha ceremony, studying the scriptures in an impure physical state, or some other sinful deed. One who obstructs a hungry man from having his food, or thirsty person from quenching his thirst, commits a sin similar to that of killing a Brahmin." Matali described some other types of sin: backbiting, seeing any faults with others and demeaning their efforts, acquiring others' land by unfair means, killing innocent animals, having illicit relationship with women other than one's wife, telling lies, showing disrespect to the guests are considered to be sinful deeds. Describing about the various types of virtuous deeds, Matali said non-violence, forgiveness, truthfulness, devotion towards God, benevolence, abstinence, oblation and meditation are some of the virtuous deeds. Donating food, grains, domesticated animals like horse, cow, etc., giving water to a thirsty person are some other types of virtuous deeds. A person who donates wooden sandals a needy Brahman attains to the heaven. Worshipping Lord Shiva or Lord Vishnu enables a man to attain to the Shivaloka or Vishnuluka respectively. King Yayati propagates Vaishnava Dharma. King Yayati was the son of Nahusha and a descendant of Soma dynasty. He was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu and had contributed a lot in the propagation of Vaishnava Dharma. Yayati had sent many emissaries in all directions to propagate Vaishnava Dharma. During Yayati's reign, his subjects were prosperous and were free from any kind of sorrow. Peace prevailed everywhere, and people did not experience any natural calamity like drought or famine. King Yayati enjoyed an unbelievably long life of 1,00,000 years. He was blessed with eternal youth, and his appearance was enough to give an inferiority complex to a young man. All this he had attained by the virtue of his supreme devotion towards Lord Vishnu. Indra was very scared of Yayati's increasing popularity and feared that if his virtuosity remained intact, he would very soon become the ruler of heaven. Indra instructed Kamadeva and Rati to find some means so that King Yayati could be enticed by human weakness like lust and infatuation. Kamadeva, accompanied by other Gandharvas, went to Yayati's palace and sought his permission to stage a play. Yayati gave his permission and the play commenced. Rati appeared on the stage as a beautiful woman and was successful in corrupting the thoughts of Yayati. Yayati became so enchanted by Rati's beauty that he lost his senses and fell down unconscious. Finding the time opportune, Vridhavasta, deity of old age, and Kamadeva entered Yayati's body. This way the deities were successful in their designs, and now the signs of old age started to become evident in Yayati. Yayati marries Ashrubindumati. Once King Yayati went into a forest for hunting. He saw a stag which had 4 horns and chased it. The deer led him deep into the forest and then disappeared. Yayati was tired and thirsty. He saw a lake and decided to quench his thirst. First of all, he took his bath and then drank sweet water from the lake. As Yayati was relaxing at the bank of that lake, he heard a sweet voice singing a song. Yayati proceeded towards the direction from which the sound was coming. He saw a beautiful woman singing a song. Her companion accompanied the beautiful woman. Yayati became enchanted by the divine beauty of that woman and wanted to marry her. The beautiful woman's companion told Yayati that her friend could marry him only after he shed the signs of his old age. The beautiful woman was Bindumati, the daughter of Rati. Vishala, her companion, was the daughter of Varun. Yayati returned to his palace and requested his 2 sons, Taru and Yadu, to exchange their youth in lieu of his old age. But both of them refused to oblige him. Yayati cursed both of them. Yayati had a son, Puru, from his wife and named Sarmista. When he made the same request to Puru, he agreed without any hesitation. Yayati became pleased with Puru and appointed him as his successor. Now Yayati became young once again and went to meet Bindumati. But Bindumati's friend Vishal was still not convinced and expressed apprehension that her friend would never play second fiddle to his 2 wives, Sarmista and Devyani. King Yayati, being blinded by his lust, assured Vishal that Bindumati would enjoy the supreme authority and she had nothing to fear. He said, I promise that you will be my only wife and I will have nothing to do with my wives. This way Yayati married Bindumati and enjoyed a blissful married life for 20,000 years. Once Bindumati expressed her desire of visiting all the divine places, Indraloka, Brahmaloka, Shivaloka and Vishnuloka. Yayati took back his old age from Puru and returned his youth. He appointed Puru as his successor and instructed his subject to fight peacefully and live peacefully. But the people wanted to be with Yayati, so all of them accompanied him to the heaven. Yayati visited all the divine places and ultimately attained to Vishnuloka. Kunjal, the enlightened parrot. Once while describing about the importance of a teacher, Lord Vishnu had narrated the following tale to King Ven. Sage Chaivan came from the lineage of Bhargav. Once he arrived at Omkareshwar with the objective of acquiring knowledge. Since he was tired, he decided to take rest under the shade of a banyan tree. A parrot named Kunjal lived on the tree. The parrot had 4 young ones, Ujjwal, Samujjwal, Vijwal and Kapinjal. Kunjal was very learned parrot to give discourse on various aspects of religiousness. Kunjal said, the whole world is full of sorrow. A man can be liberated from his sorrow by the means of salvation, because salvation is free from sorrow. Salvation can be attained with the help of abstinence, self-control and having deep devotion in Lord Vishnu. The soul being enlightened is also called Paramatma, but covered by the darkness of ignorance, it becomes difficult for the soul to attain salvation. A devotee can meditate on both the forms of Lord Vishnu, Sakha and Nirakar. that is with form and formless. But meditating on the Sakar form is easy for anybody. On the other hand, only an enlightened soul can meditate on the Nirakar form of Lord Vishnu. There are various austerities related with Lord Vishnu and which is observed by a devotee pleases him. Jaya, Vijaya, Jayanti, Vanjuli, Tilagandha, Trishta Prisha, Akshanda, and Manoraksha. All these austerities are similar to different types of Ekadasi or Dwadasi Vrata. Similarly, two other austerities, namely Yashvan and Janmashtami, are capable of freeing a man from all his sin. A devotee who chants Shantanam Stotra attains salvation. Kunjal preaches Vijwal. Describing the virtue of benevolence to Vijwal, Kunjal, the learned parrot, narrated the following tale. Once there lived a king named Shubha who ruled over Chola Desa. A learned Brahmin named Jaimini used to counsel him on religious and spiritual matters. One day, while Jaimini was giving a discourse on the virtue of benevolence, Shubhahu requested him to describe about those deeds that enable the man either to attain to the heaven or to hell. Jaimini replied, "One who earns his livelihood by improper means definitely goes to hell. Similarly, atheists, licentious people, proudy, backbiters, and ungrateful people go to hell too. One who gobbles up others' wealth by illegal means or sorrows disrespect to his guests goes to hell. One who is a habitual liar, or one who kills innocent animals, or one who has abandoned the religious path is certain to go to hell. One who is truthful and engages himself in various virtuous deeds like penance, meditation, study of the scriptures goes to the heaven. One who is respectful towards his elders and leads a virtuous life goes to the heaven. In the same manner, he who is benevolent and free from vices like jealousy, hatred, goes to the heaven. Similarly, one who leads his life as per the instructions given in the scriptures or has full control over his sensual desires goes to the heaven. King Shumahu was so impressed by Jaimini's preaching that he decided to spend rest of his life in the service of Lord Madhusudan. He performed countless oblations as long as he was alive and attained to Vishnuloka after his death. Kunjal narrates about his previous birth. Sage Chaivan, who had been listening to the narration of Kunjal, was amazed by his profound knowledge. He asked Kunjal, "O great Kunjal, who are you? From where did you acquire such divine knowledge?" Kunjal, who remembered everything about his previous birth, said, "In my previous birth I was the youngest son of a Brahmin named Vidyadhar. My name was Dharma Sharma. Seeing my dislike for study, my father became worried about my future. I used to waste my time loitering here and there. People used to make fun of my stupidity, which made me extremely sad. I decided to acquire knowledge but did not find anybody willing to teach me. In due course of time, I became old but was still an idiot. One day I was sitting in a temple cursing my fate. Suddenly a sage arrived there and asked me as to what made me to be sad. I narrated my awful tale. The sage felt pity on my condition and blessed me with divine knowledge that made me capable of having advanced knowledge of all the future incidents of the world. Sage Chaivan was curious to know about the reason that made Dharma Sharma to be born as a parrot. Kunjal replied, O Brahman, a man is influenced by the company he keeps. The reason why I took birth as a parrot is related with an incident which occurred in my previous birth. Once a wicked fowler sold a parrot to a Brahmin, who in turn presented it to me. With the passage of time, I became very attached with the parrot and gradually deviated from my virtuous path. As a result of all, my divine knowledge vanished and I became an idiot once again. One day a cat arrived and killed that parrot in my absence. I became very sad and used to spend my time crying over the dead parrot. Ultimately, I died, but even at the time of death, my mind was preoccupied with the thoughts of my beloved parrot. As a result, I was born as a parrot, but fortunately, I remembered my previous birth even while I was still in my mother's womb. I was full of remorse and used to curse myself for having wasted my life. Sechavan was amazed by the narration of Kunjal, the learned parrot.